Welcome to another episode of On the Table. Today, we're doing a unit analysis, and we're going to start with Darth Vader, the Dark Lord of the Sith. Darth Vader is by far the most expensive unit in Star Wars Legion, coming in at a whopping 200 points to play. That's more than the huge AT-ST, but boy, is he powerful. So let's take a look at his card. We can see on the left-hand side that he can use 3 Force abilities, and we'll touch more on these later. He is a commander unit, and his abilities, he has Deflect. Deflect is awesome. If you use a dodge token, you can convert your surges into shields. And for every surge that you roll when using a dodge token, it deflects the shots back at the person who's shooting at you. This can be huge against large armored vehicles that are normally more difficult to hit. He's also immune to Pierce. Now, Pierce is an ability that allows you to cancel shield or block results. And he has Master of the Force. At the end of each round, he's allowed to flip one of his ability cards back up, which is very, very useful. Currently, no other units have that ability. And then Relentless, this is my favorite. After performing a move action, you may perform a free attack action. This is fantastic because Darth Vader only moves at range 1. So he can move twice, which is further than a single 2 movement from a normal unit. So he goes further and he can still attack afterwards. His lightsaber is really where things begin to shine. No pun intended. He rolls with 6 red dice, which is phenomenal. One of the best rolls in the game. And that weapon comes with Impact 3 and Pierce 3. So Impact 3 allows you to change your normal hits to critical hits against armored units. And then Pierce 3 cancels or negates the effects of 3 shield rolls. So that is fantastic. He's got 8 health, and Darth Vader is truly a beast, a force to be reckoned with. And speaking of Force, let's go back to the Force abilities that are available to Vader. So we've got Force Push, which is 10 points, Force Choke, which is 5 points, and Force Reflexes, which are 15 points. And all 3 of these abilities are exhaustible. Now they're free actions, which means that throughout your turn you can use them at any time, and they don't count in action. But when you use it, you have to flip it sideways in the direction the arrow is pointing, and then that's it. It can only be used once per turn. Now normally it would take an action to be able to flip these back up. But what's awesome with Darth Vader is he has that Master of the Force ability that we talked about, which allows him at the end of each round to flip one of these back up for free without using an action. So let's look at Force Push. Force Push allows you to take any enemy trooper within range 1 and force it to move 1 speed from where it is. Now this can be very useful if you're at the edge of the board, because if you can push the commander off the board, the entire squad dies. Additionally, if you've got a squad locked in hand-to-hand combat, you can push them out of the way. Next we have Force Choke, and this is a dark side only ability. And same thing, if you're within range 1 of an enemy unit that is not a commander, it can suffer 1 wound. So where this ability is going to be used most is if you're against a rebel trooper squad, you can immediately just wipe one of them off the board. So very useful, and it's cheap at just 5 points. Finally, we have Force Reflexes. And this ability is an essential ability. Why? Because it gives you 1 dodge token. And what did we learn about dodge tokens? Well, in order to deflect shots back at people shooting at you, you need to have used a dodge token. So this is incredibly useful and a must-have card coming in at 15 points. And finally, we have an action card and we have a passive card. So this action card is the Saber Throw. And it allows you to choose one of your melee weapons, perform a ranged attack with that weapon against an enemy unit at range 1 to 2, using half of that weapon's dice rounded up. And this is treated as an attack action. So what this translates into is Darth Vader can normally only attack melee, but he uses 6 red dice. So a Saber Throw, it allows you to throw your lightsaber, cutting your dice roll in half, which would be 3, and then that's a range 1 to 2 attack. I can't imagine using Darth Vader without this ability, and it's only 10 points. You have to take this one. And last, but definitely not least, is a passive ability called Battle Meditation. And this says when you issue orders, one of those orders can be issued to any friendly unit on the battlefield. So this is really unique because some of Darth Vader's command cards allow him to do really awesome stuff, which we're going to cover in just a moment. But they're restricted to who you can issue those orders to. This card allows you to issue them to any friendly unit on the battlefield, trooper or vehicle unit. So really, really neat. I haven't had the opportunity to use it too much effectively yet, but if you have, let me know in the comments down below. And finally, we've got Darth Vader's command cards. I love command cards, and this is what really makes Star Wars Legion really enjoyable for me, is depending on the commander you take, you can have an extremely different gaming experience. So let's take a look at his 1-pip card, Implicable. And with this, it says, at the end of Darth Vader's first activation, he may suffer 1 wound to shuffle his order token into the order pool. During Darth Vader's second activation, he performs 1 fewer actions. This card is awesome. You get to activate Darth Vader, and then when you're done with him, you get to activate him again through the order pool. However, just 1 fewer action. But that allows you to attack twice, essentially, within 1 round, making it very, very powerful. The 2-pip card, we have new ways to motivate them, and this can be issued to 2 troopers. It says when a friendly non-Darth Vader trooper unit with a face-up order token activates, it may suffer 1 wound to perform 1 free action. And this is one card that, when combined with that battle meditation ability, allows you to use it on a vehicle. And if you use it on a vehicle can take 1 wound and then get an extra action, which is extremely useful. To a squad of snowtroopers, maybe you don't want to lose a unit. But the ability is there if you need to do more. And then finally we have Master of Evil, which allows you to activate Darth Vader in 2 units. And when Darth Vader is issued an order token, he gains 1 dodge token. Again, we learned dodge is very important. And when Darth Vader activates, each enemy trooper at range 1 to 2 of him gains 3 suppression tokens. If you can get Darth Vader in the middle of a rebel squad and use this ability, they'll all go running for the edge of the board. So, this is a summary of Darth Vader within the game Star Wars Legion. He is a great unit to use and a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I plan to do more on different units within the Star Wars Legion game. Thank you, and I'll see you next time we take it on to the table.